My name is Taylor Kane, and I'm the founder of Remember the Girls. When I was 3 years old, my dad Jack was diagnosed with a rare genetic X-linked disease called adrenoleukodystrophy, or ALD for short. At the same time, my family was informed that I was a carrier and would have a 50% chance of passing the condition down when I had children one day. What we didn't know at the time was that many carriers of ALD do eventually develop symptoms of the disease, but weren't really being included in research. I found this out when I was in high school and started attending ALD conferences where it became clear to me that carriers were experiencing physical symptoms, especially walking problems. A few years later, I learned that there were many other rare X-linked diseases where women and girls were considered to just be carriers and weren't being taken seriously. In 2017, I founded Remember the Girls, the first and only nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting and advocating for carriers of X-linked disorders. While we are all from different diseases, we all have things in common, like the risk of symptoms and the need for accessible family planning options. Today, we have over 1,200 members from over 30 different countries in the world.
Remember the Girls means support, community, advocacy, and education. It means together we can move forward with respect, growth, and empowerment, hand in hand. I joined this community because their message is important, and I want to be a part of the change that is occurring inside medicine and genetic care right now. After joining Remember the Girls, I have found my voice. I feel a stronger sense of who I am, with many new answers and maybe even more questions. Through meeting other Remember the Girls members and hearing their stories and their journeys, their successes and their struggles, I have come to realize that the Remember the Girls mission is so important.
I joined Remember the Girls shortly after my son's DMD diagnosis. At that time, I was looking to confirm my carrier status and I didn't know where to go after my insurance denied the request. I was referred to Remember the Girls and they were able to connect me with another DMD mother and carrier to point me in the right direction. Remember the Girls means a lot to me. While I have my hands full fighting and advocating for my son and his quality of life, I know there's a group fighting and advocating for mine. It is a great resource and a great place to meet other excellent carriers and support each other.
I joined Remember the Girls shortly after learning that my son had Fragile X syndrome when I realized that I was the carrier. Remember the Girls meant so much to me in that time immediately following diagnosis, and it still does today. It means there's a place where I can go and feel like I don't need to explain myself or try to prove myself. All of the other women there can relate. Being a member of Remember the Girls has given me a space to gain support and learn from other women who have gone through this before me. It has also provided me the opportunity to give back to the community by sharing my story.
When I first joined Remember the Girls, I was just looking for a community for support and to find my new sense of normalcy. It quickly became more to me. It became a place where I could find resources and opportunities to educate myself on X-linked diseases. It also became a platform for me to have my voice heard and my questions answered. I have benefited greatly from being a member of Remember the Girls community. I now have other women whose journeys I can relate to. I have a community where I can find support, but also be a source of support for others. And lastly, my voice can be used to advocate for the healthcare needs of not only myself, but of others.
Being one of the leaders of Remember the Girls has been incredible because I've gotten to meet so many amazing carriers and females affected by X-linked disorders around the world. We're currently working on different advocacy, awareness, education, and legislative initiatives, and we can't wait to keep sharing our voice. To learn more about Remember the Girls, head to rememberthegirls.org.